The problem is so bad that you better listen because your relationship is going nowhere fast because
Down with the killers.
it is something that has been an issue for as long as I can remember. And I'm talking about being a good listener. For some of y'all, it's probably something that you might deal with and you like, you just something you could brush up on and this video will help you. Others, the problem is so bad that you better listen because your relationship is going nowhere fast because you can't listen. You're having a conversation, talking about something, whatever it may be, serious, fun, not serious, whatever, and you're not responding during the conversation in a way that really shows that you're listening. You're not engaged in that conversation. Maybe it has to do with the communicator or whatever the situation may be. But part of the problem is you're not actually listening with the intention of understanding what the other person is saying. To kind of help y'all like right away, like the first actionable thing that you can do that all good listeners do is ask questions. That's the number one thing you can do. If you ask questions, you can get to the explanations and to the whole point of the conversation much, much quicker. Now, you want to listen, of course, you want to actively listen, like as much as possible on the front end, because a lot of questions might be answered early on. But like when there's a conflict, right? Either with you or with the person you're talking to has a conflict with something outside of the two of you. That is such an important part because a lot of times if you listen, you will understand that the person is might not even be seeking any information or advice. But if you listen, you'll hear that because it'll be some venting. It'll just be, I'm frustrated by this. I'm annoyed, upset by this, or I'm pissed off about this or that. And then as you're listening, you could see the person just wants a sounding board to get things off their chest. And that's when you actively listen, you respond, and you share empathy with that person and or maybe even sympathy with that person and what they're going through. You don't monopolize their conversation. You don't take over the conversation when they're the ones with the issue. You listen, you support them, and you have their back, and then go into other questions if necessary. Like me, I've learned, and I actually learned this from the rapper Lecrae, because when his album Anomaly was coming out a few years ago, he was in an interview, and the interviewer asked him, like, how is it that you are able to communicate like your message with so many people? I believe that's what the question was. But I remember he said, and I think it was talking about like Christians and where Christians go wrong or something of that nature. And like why, like how he kind of solves that problem for himself and why he's an effective communicator.
You know what I think has really stifled a lot of art that Christians produce is that Christians historically love to give answers instead of creating great questions.
And he had a good point that everybody, when somebody feels they know something and it's changed their life, they want to go tell somebody, and instead of asking questions. And that's one thing that I have learned that's helped me communicate is instead of always telling somebody what they're thinking or something of that nature, ask them. Quite often when somebody is telling me something and expounding on a topic or something, I'll turn to them and say, so what it sounds like you were saying is this, is that right? Because that gives the other person, it helps them to understand, like, are they communicating properly? Because if I respond to them and I say, hey, I think this is what you're saying, am I correct? They'll know, oh yeah, he gets it. Or, you know what, I didn't really explain that well because he just told me that he doesn't quite understand. He's not getting the point that I'm trying to express. And so when you ask questions and you ask questions for clarification, I guess that's where it comes from, clarification. That helps because you get to the point of what the person is saying. If you are the person that is having a conversation with something and you are being asked a question because that person is trying to understand, have patience with those people sometimes, because although you might really feel like you're getting your point across, you really might not be. And it might frustrate you because you want people just to understand. But remember, those questions are so pivotal in progressing the conversation and coming to a common understanding. Me and my wife, we talk things out all the time, because otherwise conflicts just fester and it's just no good. So if you are having trouble, or people consider you somebody who's not a good listener, or you yourself know you're not a good listener, or something you want to get better at, and you just want to show you care about others more, ask questions. Actively listen to what's going on and ask questions. That's what I want to share with y'all today. I hope you got something out of this, out of this video today. As usual, I want to hear your thoughts. Please share your comments, your questions, share your experiences. Please do that. And if you have something in your life that you use that helps you to be a good listener, please share it with me, because I want to learn as much as I hope the content that we create. I hope it helps you learn. All right. Hope you have a good one. Till next time, I'm out of here.